There's 3 ways to get data in. The easiest one, potentially, is just submit data through partners. So pick your favorite partner. Pretty good odds they're already working with All4Good. As you can see, all the majors are already working with us. So that's easy. If for some reason you have data that you would like to send directly to us, that's fine. Our data also goes out to them too, so that's fine. We've created 2 methods. One is based on spreadsheets. These are actually online spreadsheets. Google has a product, and Zoho has a product that does online spreadsheets. And you basically fill out a spreadsheet online. And it looks just like I should actually bring it up, I guess. But you can fill out a spreadsheet, and it, let's see.
It looks like an Excel spreadsheet with a bunch of volunteering opportunities that can just be sent to us and immediately then fed into the system and then populated.
So this is actually the template. So if you follow the instructions on the website, it gives you a little template, and you fill out. You would delete these examples, and you put in yours, and then you email it to us or fill it on a web page. I can't remember. These instructions, of course, are going to keep changing as we add it, and make it easier and easier. And of course, any of you, how many people have actually tried to work with spreadsheets and send a spreadsheet to somebody else, right? And then discover that it isn't quite formatted right or something's not right. One of the brilliant things about online spreadsheets is you can build a little tool. And that tool will check the spreadsheet and see if it actually works. And so there's a little tool, it's part of all4good.org, that just reads your spreadsheet. You type in the URL spreadsheet or cut and paste it, and it checks it right on the fly. It tells you exactly where errors are. And so that's how we get out of the back and forth. The other way to get us data, if you have a lot of it, or you have an existing feed that you're putting together for some other reason, is to format it into XML. XML is the sort of universal standard for data that's used out on the web, and it looks like text, pretty much, or HTML. And so people can kind of format to XML. This is really better for large feeds and ones where there's existing data. And so I figured I'd mention it in this audience because, of course, a lot of you are part of existing organizations that have feeds already. And so that's another way to get us data. So now let's go back to the consumer side, where you can consume it, or even the publisher side. So I'm a big fan of widgets and gadgets, obviously, and the vision is, again, you want to bring the data, you want to bring the user, the user interface to the users. You don't want to force them to come to your website. Well, the best way to do that and have a nice experience for everyone is to formulate it into a widget. How many people here have used widgets before? Okay, wow, okay.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, okay. This is
Do you have a Facebook page? Who hasn't? Raise your hand. You have a Facebook page? Do you have clauses on your Facebook page? It's like a widget.
Yeah, these things are all widgets. Basically, the way to think about a widget, of course, is, and I know this is being recorded for YouTube, so we should mention as well, widgets are basically rectangles, and they're part of a web page or part of some other application. And these little rectangles, however, are not created by the person or group that created the outer page. They simply grabbed the rectangle from someone else and just sort of slapped it to their page. And I mean, there's nothing like a demo.
That's right, show them the module.
Nothing like a demo. So one of the more famous places to see widgets, and Google's version are called gadgets. It has a G, I guess. I don't know. It was kind of crazy. 3 years ago, I helped create this thing, and it's taken off like a rocket. And now a huge percentage of all Google users actually have the personalized homepage full of gadgets like these. So it's very easy. You can get all distracted by chess games and so on, and play chess on the homepage. And if my browser is going to behave, which it's not, you can drag and drop the chess pieces. And on my homepage now is All4Good. And so here you can get listings right away. And if everybody's cooperating, you'll get the idealist, I guess, there's idealist. So you'll get the idealist page. Okay. And, oops, okay, so going back. And you can change the location, and there's a bunch of other things you can do as a user. But again, it's kind of pushed to you as a user. You're not supposed to run searches. I mean, you can. There's a search button here, and if you click it, you can run a search. But remember, most of the time as a user, this is going to be on a blog, or on a website, or on your personalized homepage. Or actually, iGoogle's not my favorite way to see this. My favorite way to see it is actually Gmail. And so here it is in Gmail, right? And it's just sitting there all day long. I'm willing to give All4Good this many pixels on my Gmail, right? And I can fold it up or whatever and tuck it away. But this is the application I would like to see All4Good in. So the thing you should be thinking about is that how would the users I want to target most be interested in finding this? What applications they use, what sites do they go to? And again, you don't have to go build this stuff. It's already built for you. We have a whole page that describes the different ways that you can get this stuff. And here's the gadget. And there's instructions for how to do it. We have instructions all over here for how to get it on a Typepad, Blogger, Gmail. And by the way, this is all happening really fast. So we wrote those instructions like yesterday. And they're step-by-step. There's screenshots, everything. It's nice. But we just put them up there because we realize the number of people coming to All for Good is this many. The number of people using the web is this many. And what we want to do is get people to volunteer, and that means going after this. So nitty-gritty. So some of the sites that support the gadget already today are Gmail, the Google homepage, AKA iGoogle, blogs. So most of the blogging software out there should support this gadget. If it doesn't, let us know, and we'll write an adapter for it. That includes the ones I already mentioned. Indie websites of all kinds, like if you have a personalized homepage, which, you have a homepage for yourself, which, those of us who were on the web 10 years ago did and are sitting out there, I can just put this gadget right on the homepage. And then government sites of various kinds can also put this, on there and then configure it. And that's really exciting. You can skin it to match your site. So you can change the colors and fonts and so on. And that's really helpful so that, it actually feels like it's part of the, experience. And it's configurable, which means that you can change what listings are actually showing up. Again, it's an open database, right? And I could give you, 100,000 listings, but that's not helpful. What most people want is a search engine that they can configure and say, no, I only want ones that are about soccer, or I only want ones that are in Northern California, right? And so this gadget is configurable to support that.
Can we show them one example of it, the Huffington Post example?
Oh, yeah. OK, great.
HuffingtonPost.com, NEW-York.
Thanks.
So Ariana, who talked this morning about what services meant in her life and how she embodies it, already the Huffington Post is the point that Adam made. Taken the widget, skinned it, and customized it so it's configured to listings that make sense for the Huffington Post. So this is on there. Is this New York?
Oh, did I pass it? Great. Here we are. Oh, hello. Page is still loading. OK, come on, browser. There we go.
There it is.
There it is.
So right there, it's pulling New York opportunities.
And there's a variety of different ways that you can imagine doing this. And if you have ideas that we haven't thought of, let us know. I mean, obviously, statistically speaking, very few people in the world have access to software engineers, let alone who have time to go do this and so on and so forth. So, but if you do, go for it. It's easy. It takes like 5 minutes. And if you don't, no problem. We have a large developer community to actually help out with this stuff. Often it's trivial. Like I didn't even know they did this. They would just boom.
And let's pull up serve.mtv.com too.
Oh.
So here's another example where, again, media brands, it makes sense because they are attracting an audience. MTV is launching a huge program on service. And if you go to, you'll see on serve.mtv.com, just as Adam is showing here, they have customized it to make sense for this new website.
Yeah, I'm sorry if things are a little slow. I'm on a cellular internet connection.
Both of these went up in the last 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. Great point. Just
It's
went
just
up.
organically manifested.
There it is.
There it
Up there you go. OK, terrific. So let's see. I should set the location, though, right? So let's do Berkeley, California. And hopefully it'll load and everything will work. Bam. OK, terrific.
So they may have IT departments who've done this, but you don't need a complex.
I'm like, let's not get so crusty.
You don't need a complex development shop, right? With the gadget, it's really very easy. So for those of you who are nonprofits, or those of you, again, who are local organizers, this is a tool that you can bring back to your websites or to your blogs or to your Facebook pages and instantly add a service component.
So why don't we do this? Let me sort of finish.
And you can orient it around the cause that your organization is focused on. And then that just makes it even more relevant for the audience that's already coming to your site.